That afternoon, the sun had just set behind the hills, leaving an orange glow reflecting on the windows of the Z family home. The wind blew through the cracks in the wood, carrying the scent of wet earth after a brief rain. On the living room table, 2 cups of jasmine tea emitted thin wisps of steam, as if waiting for the conversation that demanded its own space. Ziyu sat casually, or at least tried to appear so. In reality, her fingers kept tapping the side of the cup, an irregular rhythm that only appeared when she was hiding something. Her mother watched her calmly, like someone who understood her child's body language even before her words were spoken. And finally, in a soft but firm voice, her mother asked, "Ziyu, when are you going to get married?" The question fell like a small spark that immediately spread into waves. It wasn't that Ziyu had never thought about it. On the contrary, she thought about it too often, too deeply, until fear and longing mixed into a knot that made her chest feel heavy. He lifted his face and looked at his mother. There was something behind her smile, not coercion, not cultural pressure, not excessive worry. Just the loving curiosity of a mother who had always wanted to see her child find someone who made him truly happy. Ziyu sighed deeply. Silence enveloped the room, a silence full of meaning, not emptiness. "Mom." The words came out softer than she had intended. I don't want to marry anyone." She swallowed, then let the words come out without filtering them. "If it's not Tian Xuning." Her mother was silent. There was no explosive surprise, no dramatic reaction like in a television drama. Instead, her eyes softened, as if she had suspected this for a long time. Perhaps she already knew, from the way Ziyu always changed whenever that name was mentioned, from the slight tremor in her voice, from the vacant gaze that secretly always rested on one person who wasn't even in the room. "Why Tian Xuning?" her mother asked softly, like someone who was asking not because she didn't know, but because she wanted to hear her child admit her feelings honestly. A smile appeared on Ziyu's lips, a smile so small yet so deep. She looked towards the window, watching the last of the evening light slowly fade. "Because he's the only one who makes me feel complete," she replied. "No pretense, no masks. He makes me feel at home." The word home rolled off her tongue so naturally that her mother could feel the vibration of sincerity in it. One does not use that word lightly. Home is where the soul stops searching, where the heart stops wandering. Ziyu continued in a voice that was almost trembling. "Every time he smiles, it feels like the world becomes easier. When he talks, I feel heard. And I've never felt this way with anyone else before." Her mother put down her cup, looking at Ziyu like a woman watching her child grow up in a single sentence. "Then, does Tian Xuning know all this?" The question struck like a soft thunderbolt, not making a sound, but making Ziyu's body tense up. She lowered her head, looking at her hands as if the answer might be carved there. "I don't know," she said finally. "I'm afraid he'll walk away. Afraid that if I admit everything, everything will change. Afraid of losing him before I really have him." Her mother smiled, not mockingly, not condescendingly, but with the smile of someone who understood deeply. "If love makes you afraid, that means it's real." The words entered like a warm breeze that drove away the cold in her chest. Ziyu closed her eyes for a moment, letting the truth sink in. All this time, he had only dared to love in silence, admiring her from behind the scenes, holding on to small hopes in every brief interaction with Tian Xuning. No one knew how often he held back, how often he wanted to tell her, how often he wanted to touch her hand for any reason, just so she would know that Tian Xuning was real, not just a shadow wrapped in feelings that were too big. "If you really want it," her mother said again, "don't let time take the opportunity away from you." Ziyu looked at her mother with teary eyes. Not because she was sad, but because she didn't expect that her mother, the figure she had always thought would pressure or force her to follow tradition, would be the one to give her courage. That night, when Ziyu entered her room, she sat on the edge of the bed in silence. She stared at her phone screen for a long time, looking at Tian Xuning's name, whom she hadn't had the chance to chat with yet. Her fingers hesitated, hovering in the air, but her heart beat faster with every second she delayed. She thought of all the little memories she had with Tian Xuning, short laughs, light conversations, glances that were sometimes too long to be called coincidental. All of that filled her heart, as if the love she had kept silent all this time was starting to push from within, looking for a way out. She remembered every moment when she almost said it, but didn't. Every missed opportunity. Every little hope she had secretly nurtured, like a small fire that never went out even when storms raged. Maybe it was time to stop waiting. Maybe it was time to stop being afraid. Maybe it was time to stop loving in silence. Because one thing he now knew very clearly, no matter what happened, he only wanted Tian Xuning. Not because he was perfect, but because with Tian Xuning, he became his most honest self. His heart had chosen long ago, and that night, when the world felt silent and only the sound of his heartbeat could be heard, Ziyu finally whispered to himself, "If it's not him, I don't want anyone else." She looked at her phone screen again. Then, with trembling hands but a steadfast heart, she finally typed something for Tian Xuning. And that's where it all truly began. In the end, every great love demands courage. Ziyu knew that if it wasn't Tian Xuning, there would never be anyone else. The question now was, would she dare to reveal everything before the opportunity was gone? What do you think? Should Ziyu open Tian Xuning's heart honestly, or wait for a clearer sign? Write your opinions in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so that more people can experience this heartwarming story. See you in the next story.